some players just don't consistently command enough. Some players, sometimes they need a little kick in the butt to do it. In this case, in this case, I don't really know, to be honest.
Hey guys, it's Pedro back with another interview covering VCT America Stage 2. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied once again by Zellsis of Sentinels, who are coming off of a 2-0 series loss to G2 at the end of the regular season in said stage. And so, Zellsis, really do appreciate you taking the time, like I said before. And tough way to go down, especially at the very end of the regular season to G2. I'm sure there was plenty of expectations slash hype around this matchup, but still, absorbing this result, what's going through your mind?
Uh, there's a lot of things going through my mind, honestly. That loss was pretty tough. We had a lot of audio issues. Map one, I individually basically played map one with no audio, and then we got it resolved for map two. I don't know if that would have changed anything, but obviously, like, I'm a very big vocal piece in our team and very commanding in our team. So playing map one with no audio is kind of tough, considering I'm usually the one calling a lot of our mid rounds, or making a lot of our post plant plays, or whatever the case may be. And our team's just going through a lot of stuff right now, personally. So just kind of a rough series, kind of unlucky timing. But G2 played really well, to be honest. That's what I mean. I don't think, or I don't know if anything would have really changed, but who could really guess, honestly? But G2 played really well.
Then I gotta ask about just sort of the tech pause that happened in map one at the end of map one. Then I guess that was for you, right? The audio issues and stuff.
Yeah.
So when you said that the audio issues you couldn't hear at all, are you talking about the entire map overall, or did it start from start of that tech pause up until the end?
All the way up until the last tech pause we took, my audio was messed up. It sounded like for example, there was a round Valen was shooting people from U-Haul on A into short, and it sounded like he was heaven for me. And that was just the whole map. We didn't find out until later that the audio jack was broken, basically. Like, how like the audio jack like plugs in like straight up like this. Mine was like bent like that. So kind of unlucky. Kind of sucks because obviously you don't really know unless you check everything. So yeah, just kind of unfortunate, to be honest. I had audio. It just sounded like, obviously, like I said, Valen was in U-Haul. I'm hearing him from heaven. It was like there was no like directional audio.
Okay.
I couldn't hear my left and rights, my fronts and backs. Like I was basically just playing the game blind as best as I could. So obviously that makes it really hard for me to call anything. So yeah.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's very unfortunate that happened, but still, you just got to keep going. Got to ask about now the entire series. You kind of mentioned a little bit at the start of it, just sort of encountering issues. Personal, I'm not gonna ask about that. I understand. You don't want to share if you don't want to, but still, what do you think was the biggest issues that affected the team within the game in the server, just collectively speaking?
I think in the game we just weren't commanding enough. I think the way the game kind of started, we just fell flat, to be honest. We kept trying to like hype ourselves up and keep ourselves in the game and keep our mood up and everything, but I think everything together was just like really rough for us. And obviously we're trying to do the best we can. But when you play such a team as G2, who is as good as they are, and they look really well oiled, really team play all together, everything individually, they're all shining. It's really hard to like be a team like that with everything that we just showcased or went through, whatever. So yeah, I think for us individually, I think we could have been a little bit more commanding. I think we didn't really have like our team play there. Like we didn't really play together in a lot of things. We didn't really speak mid round, post plants, and then also late round defense situations. We kind of just sat there and let them roll us over. So I think those are like the biggest takeaways in game, to be honest.
Mostly communications, right? Like lack of communication.
Yeah.
Then I gotta ask you the obvious follow up to that. How? Why?
Uh, I mean, an abundance of reasons. Some some players just don't consistently command enough. Some players, sometimes they need a little kick in the butt to do it. In this case, in this case, I don't really know, to be honest. I don't really have an answer for you, so I don't really want to comment on it.
All right, I understand. I want to ask also just sort of the different compositions that you guys put specifically on the deadlock in both Bind and Lotus. I understand that you encountered difficulties individually speaking in Bind. You already talked about that, but sort of I just want to ask also just sort of what led to you guys adopting the comp in Bind and also Lotus. I believe for Lotus you also already showed that before. I might be wrong on that, but still,
Yep.
what was the thought process behind using it and how that plan in using that transpired and everything else of that nature.
For Bind, we've been screwing with it for a while now. It's felt really good. I think we had a 6-6 half on attack, and that's with a pistol loss, and I think we got ecoed. So, I mean, to be honest, our attack looked good and could have been even better had I not had audio issues. And then our defense, we got rolled. To be honest, we didn't. There was no really chance. We lost pistol. We lost bonus. We lost first gun. I don't even think we won a defense round. Maybe one defense round. But I
No, you
think
have
we
it.
at
Zero.
0. Yeah. That's where like our commanding came in. I think our first gun round we had a plan. We executed it poorly. We didn't group together. We didn't communicate that either. And obviously when you lose pistol, bonus, and first gun, I mean, that's what 6-7 rounds right there. So the game is basically over at that point. So yeah, that's all that is for Bind. And then obviously Lotus, like you said, we played with the deadlock before. We're super comfortable with it. I think our attack, we had a 8-4, 7-5. We won pistol, got ecoed, kind of really bad, obviously. Then we ecoed them back, which is good. But we kind of snowballed, and then we lost like a retake we should have won against a Viper ult. Trent had like a 1v3. So, I mean, if we didn't lose that and we were just kind of more in the game, I think it was a lot of our headspace, to be honest. I think if we were just more focused, more in the game, like things could have went different, to be honest. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it did really feel like that 1v3 Trent clutch against you guys. Then they kind of just turned the favor over to them, and then that led to the conclusion of the series overall. You guys had a pretty strong start to stage two, winning all of your matches up until this point. Still to lose against G2, I mean, how much of a difficulty does that then play into you guys' preparation for playoffs? Because I believe you only got around 2 days left from now until you guys play. I might be wrong on that, but still, how much of a difficulty does that then play into just going forward for this team?
Yeah, obviously we're in a pretty rough spot right now. I mean, I think Lev has more champ points than us now, which sucks, obviously, but we're going to keep working. We have 3 days to prepare for playoffs now. We're playing 100 Thieves. We've had relatively good track record against 100 Thieves, I'd say. They look pretty sloppy. I mean, now after this series, I'd say we look pretty sloppy. So who knows how that outcome's going to go. I think us, Lev, and them have the most champs points. So honestly, it's a blessing in disguise that we're playing each other. So we can knock one of the higher points out early. So no matter who goes through, like the teams with the most points are going through, so it kind of works in our favor. Even if we lose or they lose, I'm sure they are thinking the same. But we just need to win. We need to come prepared. We need to hopefully come with no audio issues. We need to hopefully come with no personal issues. We hopefully can just focus on the game and play and do what we do best. Because like you said, this was our first series, our first 2 maps that we've lost, all split. We've been working really hard. We've been individually playing well. Our teamwork's been good. Our calling's been good. Everything's been good, except it seems like it's all kind of catching up to us for this series in life. Everything hitting us at once. So hopefully we can reset in the next 3 days and then come for playoffs and be prepared to make a run through playoffs and make champs. Yeah.
Even so, there's still the possibility of this team not being able to make champions. Should certain conditions happen. Such as Crew or Cloud9 doing well, and then also G2, I believe also, or maybe 100 Thieves doing well in their right. It's all confusing, but still, got to take care of that. That said, do you feel now that you guys have to start in the first round, upper bracket, against 100 Thieves. Do you feel that the pressure mounting? Do you feel that increase of pressure for yourself within the team?
No, no. Me individually, I feel no pressure at all. I feel like we've been working super hard. We've put in the time. We've put in the effort. We've showcased that we are still at the top. And I think one loss is. I mean, I think last season we lost 2 series that were kind of a fluke. I think the only loss that really mattered was the loud loss. I think Lev got Aspas just had his kills, and then EG we threw a 10-2. This season we've only lost to G2. I think we're very well prepared, and I'm not worried at all.
Because I understand that, and yeah, you kind of already touched upon it just sort of a little bit a while ago, just sort of looking at the teams that, or looking at the things that you guys encountered as in issues. That said, what do you think is the biggest aspects that the team has to focus on from now up until that matchup against the 100 Thieves?
I think we just need to come prepared to play on match day. That's all it is. I think we need to come with a good headspace on match day, and we'll be right.
For sure, for sure. That's it. Short and concise. That's what is sufficient. And so that's it. Zellsis, I'm going to wrap up the interview right here. Really do appreciate you taking the time answering all of my questions. Congratulations again on the series loss, and hopefully you guys can bounce back in the next one.